Hello everybody, how are you guys doing this evening? Happy weekend, happy Sunday night. What's up, Gosu? How you doing, man? Doing pretty well. It's been an interesting weekend. We are going to, so we'll get right into it. Yeah, alright, let's get right into it. We get this character here. So, T-Slayer, John Lockridge, welcome in. We're going to take this character and try to make it a little more prospering. That's what we're going to do. I'm not completely sure how I'm going to do it. I have 6 or 7 bags of bits out that I might dig through. So we're going to mess with this mini, but we're going to see what we can do to make this mini more hours. So we're just going to open this up. I grabbed this yesterday. And be careful. I don't know why they put that tab on the front. Never seems super useful. Funny enough, I don't open these kind of packages often. A couple AdMech minis done. Nice. Path of Exile. I get it. Oh, you were streaming Path of Exile, dude? That's cool. Alright. Let's see this lady. One whole giant sprue. Oh, right there. And a base. 32 mil base. Alright, cool. So, elements to keep and elements to change. Immediately, the things I think about changing, absolutely changing, if my pin will work, is that thing, the head of the staff here. There's also a Gene Stealer icon down here I want to change. And then possibly her face. I'm thinking changing her face will be important. Worst case scenario is I kind of shave down the ridges on her forehead and she just becomes a crazy bald lady. We could change this knife. I don't know if I'll need to change the knife. We'll look at the iconography and stuff. I kind of like it. It's very like ceremonial looking, but it should be fairly simple. Just three things. Appreciate step. Yeah. Sun gave you the peaks. Oh, that sucks. John Locke. Oh man. I hope it is quick. Maybe fierce, but quick is the important part. Band of Goblins, what's going on? So we have a league starting in my local area. It is a Horus Heresy League, and I decided I'm going to run Militia for this league. So, my story is, because it's an escalation league, so we're gonna be building up. I have a lot painted, but I wanted an excuse to do some other fun things. So my story is, because it all takes place on one planet. This lady started talking about how she can speak with angels. The Imperium is very atheist at this point. It's very taboo, but she has said this enough to where she's convinced followers that she can speak with angels, and basically she forms a cult around her, kind of not really intending to form the cult, but just kind of happened around her as she continues to talk, all kinds of craziness about angels that she talks to and all these things. What's going on, Fulton? What's going on? And So yeah, there's kind of an underground cult that forms, and what's going to happen in game is, as this lady is going to be used in game, she is actually a psyker, and her psychic ability is actually summoning demons. So the angels that she sees and that she speaks to and that tells her how to conduct herself are actually demons from the warp trying to get into real space. She doesn't understand that. Her followers don't understand that. But yeah, so like the first battle that we have, it's going to be a little like 600 point, almost like a combat patrol style battle. And I am taking a big squad of demon brutes, and my idea is she is going to just run up and summon a whole bunch of demon brutes, and then the idea is that she does it, and for her it might be a, oh no, this was a bad idea. For her followers, though, it convinces them more. They see them as angels, even though they're going to be these hideous, disfigured beasts. And it draws more people to her cause. So she starts basically starting an entire army, and it's based around this premise that she just summons demons into battle, possibly unintentionally. What's up, Centaur? How you doing? Or try to get my glue out. Okay, there we go. Okay, got our glue. New with the Thalax. Do some white sponge chipping. Oh, nice. That's a really cool idea. I like that idea, Gosu. There. We're gonna glue together some of the things, and then we're going to we're gonna wait to put her head on, though. We'll see what we like with that. That's the next piece, is this front torso and the head. Put down the new Soulblight rulebook. Okay, is it looking good? I heard it's pretty mediocre. I don't play Age of Sigmar, though, so all I care about are the minis. Minis are gorgeous. I wanted to get that set, but I'm not. It is just too much. I have enough to paint. I have enough to do. That's just a little out of my range right now. So, what do you guys got going on? How's everybody's weekend? You know, John Lockridge is having a pretty cruddy weekend. Pretty cruddy day, I guess. Never fun when you're puking. Okay. The nothing about the iconography on her screams to me like Genestealer Cult, except for like the weird ridged armor. But that could be anything. Like, it's just kind of like worker outfits, right? Alright, 5, 6, and 7. Let's start with 5 and 6. Oh no, that's terrible. That is terrible. That sounds miserable. Weekend. Path of Exile and a little bit of painting. Nice. I did not do nearly as much painting as I had thought or hoped. I did post a picture of my herd moving in, and if you guys haven't seen, I did post. I made an announcement. I know I added everybody, and I apologize. I try not to do it except for when I'm streaming, but I gave you guys the full rundown of what's happening during the 12-hour stream. So I think there's a bit of explanations in there if you have questions, but also you guys are free to ask me questions. Yeah, but we are doing lots of giveaways. We got fun things. In my opinion, the best bang for your buck is if you happen to join the Patreon. Get entries into all 3 giveaways. You get to do fun other stuff, like name things and get your name on things and all that. So goes over this leg. Right there. Right there. What's up, Spill Paint Pot? How are you doing, man? Alright. Piece number 7. Yeah, the Mandrake looks great. Looks great. There's some the Malifaux. That's cool, man. Vials a thing, I think. I think little vials would be cool. Or we can make that make sense. Striking enough on a kill team board. Yeah. I have little doubt that they're gonna look great all together. Go. Fit in. Make it all fit in. That's why. That's shouldn't be there. Get her on top here. Go this way. Assuming she goes in like this. There we go. Okay, and we can just go ahead and put her on the base. So we will go ahead and do that. She's going to go with the malicious, so she's going to have the sandy base. This will be a mini to paint this week or next. I want to try to finish those tanks this week. Okay, and I have her face here. You can hold 2 different things in her hands. Oh, she can either hold the knife or the skull. The knife is way cooler. It looks like a very Zinchi knife, so we're definitely gonna do that. Buy you a Gremlin crew, a Malifaux, it's wild. Giant roosters? What? Oh, that's crazy. That sounds really interesting. Man, you know, I really like the head on this lady. I'm gonna try We're gonna try to get rid of these the little forehead ridges, because I really like the head sculpt here. We'll see if what I do is enough. It's a very good like faux Egyptian vibe, with like the bald head and the big earrings, and I think that could work really well. Get some of the mold lines here. Well, we'll get the kit bashing part here in a moment. I want to get the necessary pieces out of the way. I've always liked this Magus Mini. This is definitely the better of the two Magus Minis that exist that Games Workshop makes. I never got the Combat Patrol. Which is where this mini was for a while. I always figured the Combat Patrol was my next step for my Gene Stealer cults, but I never continued the army. Okay, yeah, this oh no, don't come off the base. She's pretty baller looking. She looks almost like a Wakandan or something. Like the decorative clothing and everything. All right, we're gonna let you sit for a minute. We'll get the holster here, and I think what we'll do, we're just going to remove this Gene Stealer cult icon altogether, and we're going to shave down these pieces to make that look like one piece. We could just take that whole thing off. We think that's going to be an issue. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we take the whole like sachet thing off, or should we keep it? What's up, Star Laser? How you doing? Not much effort to take that off. Just give her a holster. A little more lean of a mini. I'm not sure which character that is, but I'll look it up. Maybe I will. Lots of like reds and stuff. So I was a dummy and didn't grab any militia minis. But you guys are, if you're familiar with how my militia look, they're very plain, very desert themed. Let's see, do we keep that? Where's that even coming from? Don't keep it. Oh, I think I'll keep it. We'll keep it. Anybody else get some good, good gaming or good hobby time in? Trim that down a little more. Okay, she's got some stripped down pieces now. The knife, and then we'll talk about the staff. I'll find something else to do. Finish this mini. It's really not more like assembly takes this so quick. Oh yeah, I could probably add some themes in from her. Character. So my son and I watched Jurassic Park 2, or is it The Lost World Jurassic Park? The kid was scared out of his mind, but it was great. He loved it. There's just so much suspense. You know, it's great seeing like a nice character just get ripped in half by 2 T-Rexes and stuff. Like that'll do something to you, I guess. But you know, afterwards, immediately after, he's like, "Yeah, I liked it." Okay, and then a little bit later, he's like, "No, I didn't like it." He's like, "I didn't like it." Okay, and then this afternoon, he asked if we could watch Jurassic Park 3. So we started it. Just do my best to traumatize the kid, apparently. Okay, so we have this top staff part. It's very obviously a gene stealer. We don't want a gene stealer. So I do have a specific bits bag we're going to dig through. Get them started young, yeah. So I was 5 years old when Jurassic Park came out, and I saw it in a drive-in movie theater. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. You know, 90s maybe a different time for kids and kids movies, but I thought it was incredible. I watched the second one as soon as I could, as soon as it was out, and the third one, same thing and all that. So I was his age when the second Jurassic Park came out. So oh man, I loved that movie. It had so many cool dinosaurs in it and stuff. Like, it had a lot more variety of dinosaurs, which to me was what I liked about the movies. So Yeah, I was a big fan. Let's see if there's some... Okay, so here's a very chaos icon. I don't think I want a crazy chaos icon, even though that would fit okay. It's a little big. It's a little big. We'll set that to the maybe pile. We could do like a big axe head kind of thing. That also looks a little big. I guess just do a straight up like spear. Put that on the end. It's pretty similar. I kind of like, if I'm going to do that, I kind of like this design. And that one. Let's keep that over here. Also do, there's some sword blade things. There's another good one. Let's keep going through the Zinchi bits. Or in theater when I was 12. Oh yeah, yeah. So the movie that truly messed me up, horrified me. I had nightmares about this movie for weeks. Absolute worst thing I'd ever seen. Silly enough, I was probably 5 or 6, and it was the movie. It was the Stephen King like novel turned movie, Needful Things, with like the devil that owns a store and like gives people things for free, but they just have to do a favor for him, and like he like turns the whole town into like killing each other and stuff. My family's just watching that one evening. I don't know, we rented it or something, and I have 2 older brothers, and everybody's cool with it. And there's a scene where an ex-boyfriend goes to his ex-girlfriend's house. Man goes to his ex-girlfriend's house and has to take her dog and literally skins the dog and hangs it up in her like coat closet. And I remember that happening. I remember her finding the dog. And that scene, like the dog hanging in the closet, was like... That movie traumatized me to no end. Absolutely terrifying. Just weird horns. Okay. We got some random knickknacks. We can just put a hand there. Just a hand on the end of the staff. That'd be fun. Yeah, that was a movie that was too much for me. Traumatized movie, yeah. Then there's a movie called Needful Things. Yeah. I watched the second Jurassic Park with the painting son, and we started the third one, but we watched the second one yesterday. And the boy was freaking out. It had been so long since I'd seen the second one, I forgot a lot that happened. But yeah, it was probably not traumatizing levels of craziness, but he sure was having an interesting time with that whole movie. He said he liked it, but then he was saying he didn't like it, and then he wanted to watch the third one. So we started the third one, which is definitely not as good. Okay, I'm gonna grab some Dark Eldar bits just to see if I can find something interesting. I used to spray prime my bits. I had a short phase where I would prime my minis on the sprue. Yeah, so we got like cool little weapons we could put on the end there. I'm gonna set that aside just in case. It's a cool little hook thing, grabbing people, you know. Back up on the ship. Yeah, there's a unique Hellion weapon. Just gonna grab some things. Swords and legs and pieces. Oh, I'm painting tonight, nice. This is for the Escalation League, yeah. So what I did, I got this mini. And I am basically just going to alter her to fit into my prospering militia army, but also it's going to be my cult. So she's going to be in the cult. Oh my gosh, I have not shown him Raiders of the Lost Ark, but that might be one. Yeah, so this is the mini so far. I decided to use her head, but I shaved down the head ridges because this is a fantastic, like, just head, I guess. And I kept the knife because it looks very like ceremonial and possibly Zinchi. I shaved off this Gene Stealer icon, and then we're working on the staff. I'm trying to find a piece that can replace the front of the staff here. It's a fantastic head, yeah. Can't argue. I probably wouldn't recommend Googling. Maybe not that hashtag or whatever, but to each their own, you know. Let's see. What is that? Oh, it's a missile for the Razor Wing. It's part of a missile. That's so many random bits. We got a croup skull and a stick. More skulls on sticks. What if she just had like a stick? Like if it wasn't anything crazy, it was just. But I mean, she is like, you know, prospering, so I figured she would be one they would definitely promote their gifts. Yeah, we're digging through some Drukari bits. I'm just going through a couple different bits bags to try to see what I can think. Movies to show my 8-year-old daughter. Yeah, Jurassic Park. Here you go. We're gonna end up watching through all of them. We're gonna get Jurassic World next. I think it was Hulu has them all, maybe. Yeah. Some rocks or stones on the stick. Paint them the same as your bases to tie them together. Just on the end of her staff, just like rocks and stones. I don't know about just that. Like, I don't know. This is also mini I want to use in my actual force, so I want her to like. I want her to be cohesive with the army in general. Is that not? Around a whole bunch. Okay, let's not mess with that. More. Okay, something like that. Oh, like turquoise. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah. So why don't I, you know what? I think, Zen, I think you have definitely the right idea here. So let's put, this says bag 1 of 2. I actually have 4 bags like this full of Drukari bits. It's ridiculous. Staves, yeah. Let's see what bags of fantasy bits I have. What's this? It's dark out there. Grey Knights stuff? I don't know. Do Grey Knights have fancy things? They have skulls and sticks. Let's see. Just a quick glance. They have like book iconography and stuff. That might be... Okay, actually, there might be something in this bag that I might want to use. Because reading is cool. Oh, Sisters of Battle are another one that might have some really good stuff. me just take a quick look. I don't want to dig everything out of here, but some inquisitorial symbols. Yeah, okay. Not quite what I'm looking for. What colors are you doing these cultists? So they're gonna be very like desert themed. And again, like this is very much my my 30k militia army, like my Prospero themed militia. I'm just finding ways to create an interesting character and an interesting story for them for this escalation campaign. So, okay, we'll get up the old vampire counts bag. I don't know if there's something in there I can use. Let's keep going through here. Not knights. Definitely not necrons. A whole bunch of Imperial Guard stuff. I don't think Imperial Guard's where it's at. Or you got Chaos. Fantasy Dwarves, that might be something. Solar Auxiliary. Ooh, the 40k Trader Guard. That might be a place to get some bits. There's one bag in particular I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay. Elves. This will grab Gene Stealers. I have two. I do have two GSC bags. Interesting. I have so many bags of bits, guys. Demons. I don't think I have any demon bits. Okay, fancy. Alright. 600 bits, bags. We'll toss some of these back in the... Is this Harlequins? I don't think there are anything from Harlequins that would work for me. Yes, we are kitbashing. We are just trying to figure out the head of a staff for a cultist leader here. Very specific cultist leader. It's a lady that claims she can speak with angels, and people start to believe her. It is a Gene Stealer cult Magus that is being turned into my 30k militia leader here. We're going to do a quick through some bits here. These are old bits, these old metal banners and stuff. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Trying to find appropriate like staff head. Like old dragon piece, little unicorn helmet. Those are definitely Bretonnian, not Empire. So who divided these bits? I do think my best bet though is the undead. It's gonna be the elves. Yeah, the elven pieces. Let's get these pieces out. We're gonna go through these here. That is definitely not an elf piece. That's a Pegasus. More Pegasus pieces, I think. But I have all kinds of crazy, like, nature-looking pieces in here. There's some dark elf bits in here as well that might be useful. This is what it is. This is like watching someone dig through Legos at this point, right? A piece, cool hooded head. Might have had some cool heads out of this bag if I would have thought of this one, but I like the head that we have. So let's see. That is a pretty crazy old metal halberd. That's the dark riders. That's a dark elf. This is a dark elf, a cold one rider right here. Big lance. Old pieces. It's a Glade Rider banner topper is what that is. Got the little forest sprites on there. Hey, Raptor, what's up? And Hobby ADHD. Yes, I am having fun digging through the bits bags. Hope I can find something cool. You know what? There are all these little base topper forest sprites. Like, look at this. Look at this, like, butterfly creature, but it's like a toad with, like, long arms and a tail and, like, fur. That looks like a good familiar. I bet we could get some little familiars out of this. Here's another one. Look, it's a little serpentine creature. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's cool. There's some gems in here. What's up, Raja? How you doing? Yeah, Elven Bits. That's right. This is a little guy sitting on a skull. Not sure how he's supposed to work. He might be like a headpiece on somebody. Yeah. Like this little dude right here. He's sitting on a branch because he's supposed to go on a dryad. Man, so many cool little relevant bits. Okay, alright. So we got a couple of these little creatures out. Let's keep looking. Let's see what we can find. And we can even put like these little things as like little growths. Let's find some stuff. Since tonight won't be laying till about 1 AM. Oof. Oh, that's rough. Hopefully it was a good work trip. The old high elf. Look at that guy. Old wood elf head. I say really old, but these minis are about to re-release, so it's not that old. Alright, let's see. Yeah. It's another forest sprite. Oh man, he's got like a giant horn grown out of him. This little dude, he's adorable too. This little guy is little adorable dude. Yeah, we're definitely we're making little familiars to put on bases here. That's too good to pass up. Even if we don't find like a staff in this, like these little forest sprites are perfect. Just tired at this point. I get it. Are you doing that Armada tournament next weekend? Okay, let's get into the little things. We're picking out the big stuff first, all the little things settled. Nice, that's awesome, man. It's exciting. Well, has been sounding fun. I watched the World Championships. I streamed it over the course of last week. And got to see the result, so running variation of the set list I sent you, nice. So, funny so cool. I'm really excited. I'm glad you're excited. I'm really excited for the 12-hour stream as well. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I mean, I have all these minis. You guys saw my picture of like the herd of walkers. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's a crazy like goat or beastman skull there. Nothing super productive in there. I may have to join you for one of those tournaments sometime soon. Yeah, it's been sounding like fun. You know, I say that like you know, my interest in games ebb and flow, but I love this little dude, this little guy. We're gonna set you to the side. Here's another look, guys. He's on a little branch, and he's holding an arrow. Either like he's bringing it back to the elf, or he's gonna like go stab somebody with it. Gonna beat Damon. You know, funny story, Raja. So anybody who doesn't know Damon, he's a guy. He's from Columbus, and he got second place at the World Championships for, I think it was the largest Armada tournament ever. I think at this point, and it was their final like official company-supported tournament. That's all it was. And more people showed up than any other tournament. Yeah, sure, man. That'd be great if you can. If you can't, you know, I understand. It is what it is. If you can stop by and, you know, name a tank, get your name on a mini, do something like that, change the colors on me, I don't know. Say hi, enter in some giveaways, do that kind of stuff. Like, that's all great. So yeah, the second place finisher was from Columbus, Ohio, and it's a guy I met once, awesome. Yeah, he landed in second place. Yeah, which is crazy. So the one time I met him, I had a fever, and the only cure was Armada, and so I went and I don't think I'm gonna find what I really want in this bag. So I went to my local store on Armada night, see if it was still going. You know, asked people, like, yeah, it's still going, and we're still active, and all this stuff. So cool. So I decided to go in and play, and I don't think I set up a game ahead of time or anything. But, alright, we're gonna put some of these away. I couldn't think of a cool list to bring. I was like, man, I really want to bring, like, Separatist or Republic or something, because I never flew them much. Because the game kind of, like, COVID happened, like, right after that stuff came out and all that. So, like, I want to make one of those, and I couldn't think of a list to make. So, I decided to go with the last thing I was running, like, competitively in Armada, before I stopped for like 2 years or 2, 3, 4 years or something. So I show up with a fleet that was a meme that I had won a couple tournaments with and everything. And I show up with that fleet. I'm like, all right, I gotta remember how to play, gotta remember the rules and everything. Well, the guy I play against is Damon. And super nice guy. He's a great dude. We can't get to play, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm trying to remember how to do this and all, you know, whatever, but, you know, come at me, you know, all that. So, we play each other and end up winning. So I beat the guy who is now second place in the world in Armada, just saying, after like a 2 or 3 year hiatus. But, I beat him, and I was like, oh yeah, sweet. I'm gonna be on, you know, like, again, the dude's super nice, and, he was great. I have absolutely nothing against him. He looked a little shook, and it was funny. And I never understood at the time, like, why he was surprised that he lost. I was like, yeah, I come in here and I beat people. Like, that's what I do for this game. But I beat him, and he was like, how did you do that? What is this list? What are you doing? He's like asking all these questions about my list. And, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. And then I found out afterwards that he's really good, and he plays in, you know, a bunch of tournaments, and places really high and everything. And so I felt pretty good about that. I was like, yeah, old man still got it here. Just don't forget, it's my house. Okay, Gene Stealer cold bits are kind of a waste. Alright, I think we're gonna use the stuff that we have. I want to open up. I don't have any like good like wizard bits, which is unfortunate. At least not like a classic sense. I'm gonna open up this Grey Knight's bag and see if I can find some books and stuff, and maybe I can get like a cool book on her. But I don't even know if she'd want a book if she's like an unintentional psyker, right? Like she just likes to read. She's got a novel with her while they're traveling or something. I don't know. Let's pull some things out and take a look. How about that? Going through all the bits. Book with sword, pouches, purity seals, a little medical kit. That's cool. But I would love to play some Armada though. Sounds like fun. It was great watching the finals. See, that's just a book, and I can shave off that eye. Just hang from her. Is that like a giant book? It kind of is. I don't know where that would fit. So it would like hang down in front of her. I don't know if that's appropriate though. Man, that knife keeps moving. Not supposed to happen. Dry you. It's a tome. That's true. That's true. This is a tome. Let's set it to the side. If we're real crazy, we'll do it. Here I got a nice demon head. The Grey Knight's holding. That's cool. A heroic skill dictionary, yeah. See, like a staff like this would be cool, but she, you know, it's again like the whole point is she doesn't know, and rogue psychers in the rules are kind of trash anyway. So it's not like it's she's gonna have a big fancy weapon. I think I can upgrade her weapon to be a force weapon, but her stats are complete garbage. Like she's never gonna get killed with her weapon anyway. Okay, so let's look through the bits we got. Let's make some choices. I am definitely giving this lady a familiar though. It's just too appropriate. Okay. Sorry, Grey Knight bits, and Gene Stealer Cult bits, and Fantasy Dwarf bits. We don't have a lot of these. That's from Handful of Doom Mini. Yeah, just crazy stuff. Nothing there. Now, Warhammer Chaos might be... That might be something. We got Zangor bits in there, too. I realized I had more Zangor bits. It's the thing, it's all Zangor bits, isn't it? You know what? That is interesting. So... Okay, no, we gotta go through this. We gotta go through this. Place our mod. You know, I saw your post in that Discord. I was actually thinking, I was browsing through there the other day, and I was like, man, it's like Rachel seems like really like getting the hang of it. Look at that. Look at that. This is the wizard bits I was looking for earlier. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Like this, like burning pyre here. Where's the staff? Oh, that fits almost perfectly as well. Like just a burning staff. Okay, we're cooking here. We got stuff. I knew I had these bits somewhere. Like this dude holding an orb. This is an old wizard, plastic wizard set that I had, and I wondered if I still had bits for it. Like this was the Death Wizard, and maybe it was. Yeah, because you could give him this orb, and then the staff would fit right here. Yeah, the burning staff is great. Okay, let's see. We got more. There's cooler wizard bits in here, so we're gonna make a mess. They're easy to pick out because they're the old gray color. Look at that one, the twin-tailed comet, or a celestial wizard. That one is pretty legit. That one's cool. This is a cool bit. This is a hand holding a flaming skull. That's what that is. So he's holding the flaming skull up, which is neat. Like, that's not going to work for us, but this was a really cool knife. May have been able to use. It goes in this hand though. I can just give her 2 knives. That hand's a little big though. Definitely a little big. Let's keep going through. This potion is cool. Or it's a bag. It's a bag and there's just a big like skull smoke thing coming out. Again, these hands are way, it'd be at a weird angle. I'd have to like move her arm to do something like that. Yeah, I think sticking with the staff is appropriate. Here's another good one. Does that one work for like Thousand Suns numerology? You know, like celestial beings. That one is cool. Does that fit on there? Yeah, that'd be a pretty trippy staff. I think that would. Very techno-psycher vibe. Yeah, and I like this one because it doesn't have any like direction to it. Yeah, I bought these bits. Look at this wizard head, guys. Look at this beard. Look at that. Look at that beard. I bought this set 15, 18 years ago or something. It's paying off. It's bags, guys. This is why we don't throw stuff away. No matter how much Painting Wife wants me to. This dude is powerful. Yep. I used that set to make a necromancer. And I put kind of my own stuff on him. It was really cool. All right, let's put these bits back. I don't know why these wizards are in the chaos bag, but they can stay in there. Now we know. In the future, we know where the wizards are. Oh, there's an hourglass. It's a hand holding an hourglass up. Look at that. This set was so good. You bought this set. It was like $20 and it had 2 plastic wizards in it, and they were just blank slates. You could put all these bits on them and make them whatever like school of wizard you wanted. Just a cowl for one of them. Like, fantastic set. Like, I can't believe they made plastic characters. Such a big deal. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward the techno-psycher staff. Maybe it shows a little bit of a hint that there's some Thousand Suns influence in, you know, or maybe it was the staff that's causing the visions, or yeah. So the Thousand Suns are getting involved in some way. Spike skulls, top knots. Okay, we need that. So awesome. Yeah, I do think this is our bit. Look how old that plastic is too. They changed the color of their plastic over time. Okay, so let's trim some things. First of all, sprue connection here. That's what I think is a sprue connection. Would you run if you get into a tournament? I'd probably take my meme rebel list. Yeah, yeah, because I have no brain capacity for anything beyond that, or it'd be like a Riken Aces list, which I don't even know like how much that's been nerfed or changed or whatever. Yeah, yeah, I'd jump in with the meme. This bit almost looks like a Necron bit. That would be a funny story if she summoned demons, or, you know, quote unquote angels, but they were actually Necrons that she was like bringing into battle. And so I just brought Necrons and like I would use like Scorpec destroyers as brutes and flayed ones as like lesser demons and stuff. Oh, that is such a cool idea. I really like that. I'm not going to do that idea, but I like it. Trim this piece. The green-eyed angels, yeah. That's like that's so cool though. Man, I love Heresy. What a fantastic system that lets you do crazy stuff like that. And like it just works. And like they have minis that are appropriate for everything. You know, like I can run stuff as like the bigger demons, you know, like the greater demons can be like the Void Dragon and stuff. Yeah, so that should fit right on there. Tighten that surface a little bit. There might be just a little bit of like gap filling and stuff. What game mode is this? So this is for Stoic is their visage. Oh man, that's such a good idea. Oh, and just like she just has a Necron staff to summon them. Having no idea what it does. So we're doing a it is an escalation league for 30k. And we're starting with 600 point armies. Any leftover gaps here? Fill. But one of the big things about the game mode is making a character and kind of coming up with a narrative. So we're actually getting like points for our team to come up with lore for our character, to write some lore for our character. So so this is my attempt at coming up with lore. I just speak it out loud until I get something like semi-coherent, and then I'll type it all out at some point. I will definitely share with you guys. I think that's appropriate. Once this dries, we'll definitely fill that in. Romulus. Yes, Custodes are usable in 30k, and they're basically interchangeable. I think there's more options for them in 30k than 40k. There are a couple little things like they have jet bikes in 30k. They're technically different jet bikes. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you use the 40k jet bikes. Partially because one Custodes jet bike that's a resin one for 30k costs like $90 US. And I think you get like 3 for 60 or something in plastic. And the plastic ones look fine. They're completely comparable And nobody knows what the weapons are in Custodies anywhere. Yeah. Oh, the Custody, the 30k ones are in 40k too. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we're gonna set that piece down. This lady's gonna be real simple. Honestly, I like that. Get some of the resin bikes. Can even use the bikes. It's the bike caps for 40k. Yeah, the price is nuts. Yeah, this mini is a Magus. Yeah, it's this this Gene Stealer called Magus. Basically, all I've done on this mini so far is I shaved the ridges off her head because I love, like, this headpiece is a great headpiece, and I shaved the Gene Stealer called Icon. So, which actually, there's a little more I can shave here. I was debating if I was going to shave this whole, like, piece, but yeah, Rage. Yeah, I would like to play some more sometime. Okay, let's see. That's pretty even all around. I think we might be good. Might be good to try this. Let's see. So end up, she's got like a weird thumb piece that's extra. Okay, so it comes out like this. You guys can see here. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. That's gonna look good. Using limonene cement. This stuff is slightly thicker than the extra thin cement, but it holds just as well. It smells pleasant and it's non-toxic. So, hey, Night Trap, thanks for jumping on YouTube, man. This mini is a Gene Stealer Colt mini, but we are kit bashing it a little. I mean, it's at this point it's pretty bare minimum kit bash, but we are making this mini into a rogue psyker for my 30k militia, and she will actually be the only mini that's showing her face in my militia army. Now I do have all these little familiar things. I wonder if I could put one of these on her base. See, now I see this position on her base, and she's kind of in a spot where, like, there's just this little guy hanging out right here. These big winged ones look really cool. Let's trim this down and then see if I don't know if that's too much on this base, though. I like these little forest sprites. It's too much. Maybe a little too much. There's this one, this little one right here. These are cool. I'm definitely saving these things. I could get some like growth, like this like wooden growth. My demons are going to be very much like formless. They're really weird looking. They're the creature caster Malice minis. I posted a link to some of them. I was asking you guys what I should use for lesser demons, and I put up 3 options. No one really answered the question, to be honest, but which part of the Solar Auxiliary works with Thousand Suns? The Prospering Spire Guard. Those were the Legion's Auxilia to the Thousand Suns. And guys, we are close to our Patreon goal. If you want to jump in the Patreon ahead of the 12-hour stream, not only can you help get us to the $100 goal, which will get me to paint my fingernails. Actually, it's the painting wife will paint my fingernails. It'll be Patreon's choice. But you'll also be automatically entered into 3 giveaways for the 12-hour stream. And you will get added benefits as outlined in the Discord post. You see, I put on Discord earlier today in the announcement area, and you can see what Patreon level gets you, basically what cool things. And essentially, it's going to be naming my tanks. So I might end up leaving the day with all of my heresy tanks named, and I have quite a few. So it's going to be pretty wild. Pink blue horrors are perfect for lesser demons. Like you said, the old models fit your vibe well. Yeah, I do. So Night Trap, I do have STLs for the old, like someone scanned the out of production, like the old metal ones. And I love those minis. They look terrifying. I really do like the there's some creature caster ones. They're like lesser demons of whatever that are all very interesting. And I already got the demon beasts or whatever, the beasts of Malefica, I think is what they're called. Very cool looking minis. I'll have those printed sometime. We'll get to take a look at them. White sponge chipping down with the Thalax. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Gosu. Those are going to look great. Yeah. You have a good one, Gosu. Thanks for chilling, dude. Yeah, the old horror minis are fantastic. I agree. I 100% agree. Flames flowing from. So I did have Night Trap. I was going through some different staff heads. There was this one. It's like a flaming kind of like torch. I decided on this one. There's kind of like the lore breakdown of this lady is she basically started claiming that she speaks with angels, and in 30K Imperium, they're very atheist, and it's very much a faux pas to say communicate with any kind of deity. Excuse me. But she started going crazy, talking about she speaks with angels. People started believing her and following her, and they kind of formed a cult around her. And it was kind of underground. They were trying to keep it secret because they knew it was like illegal to be saying these kinds of things. But she would like kind of almost like recite what the demons, not demons, excuse me, the angels were telling her. They're not demons, I promise. And so they were kind of guiding her actions and guiding the cult's actions. And eventually, they, it's on a planet. I think the planet is called Charybdis, I think, in our league that we're all fighting over. They eventually fight in a battle. And what's going to happen in our first battle is she is going to summon a bunch of like disgusting demons unintentionally, quote unquote, and is going to be horrified by the fact, but the cult is going to like become more fervent and like go ballistic, like the fact that like this is like she's telling the truth. These are angels. They're coming to, to save us and all these things. And and so she's going to be horrified, but I'm going to try to figure out some lore on like how she can kind of figure out maybe, I don't know whether it's that she wants to stop and she can't, or she starts to basically like decide it's for the best to continue doing. I don't know, we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, so she's going to be an accidental demon summoner, and we were thinking with this staff that the staff is maybe what's doing it, or she found this and maybe it's the thing communicating with her. So there might be like demon possession in the staff, and may or may not have been given to her by or placed around her to take by the maybe someone from the Thousand Sons or something like that. Oh, you were right about that, Famulus. Yeah. It's in real time. I am not going to run Necrons as demons. We were talking about that being a really cool idea, and I have plenty of Necrons to do that, but no, we're not going to run Necrons as demons. I have some cool creature caster STLs and some stuff I'm going to print for my demons. They're very trippy looking demons, so I wanted something that was like really like hard to understand. A sorcerer taking notes behind her. Yeah. Just she's just walking, you know. She's just going, and then there's just like this guy. Just like, come on, do something, you know. Just watching her. I still have not finished it. I haven't figured out what to do with his base yet. Everything's painted. I just can't figure out how to glue it all together. Yeah. So, excuse me. Don't want a Space Crusade reference with Chaos Androids? I'm not sure. I don't, I'm not familiar with Space Crusade. I think the demon crawling from her back is maybe a little too much for me. It's a really cool idea. Very cool idea, and I have seen people do similar things, and I think it's great. Not quite what I wanted. I wanted something a little more mundane, especially being since my heresy militia army that I'm using for this, and that she'll eventually become like a part of, is it's very simple, like desert themed, like prospering themed. The craziest thing they have is like walkers for tanks, which is hold on. This is a painted one here. So this is one of their Lehman Russes, and a very familiar look to it. But yeah, so it's gonna be kind of simple things, but yeah, it's gonna build up into like a full army and everything. Oh, me too. I have so many of them now. It's great. 6-hour stream is gonna be so much fun. Or 6-hour stream, 12-hour stream is gonna be so much fun. Yeah, the Star Wars inspiration. I have STLs for Baneblade variants of these that are like twice the size, 3 times the size. They're crazy. I am definitely going to print one eventually. Stuff originated from one concept was robots possessed by chaos. Oh, that's cool. That's a very cool night trap. Excuse me. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, we were talking about this being like some kind of Necron staff that she found, and it's not summoning demons. It's the Necrons communicating to her through it, like trying to like wake up basically. When she uses the staff, she wakes them up, and so out of a portal comes Necrons, but she thinks they're angels. And then we use like the Necron minis as the demons, just like how appropriate that is. And you know, like the more I say that, the more I like that idea. And that's like that's wild to me. But I want crazy demons. I want demons I can summon with my Thousand Sons too, because I made a demon summoner for them. So we're gonna be efficient and practical, and they're gonna be horrifying, disgusting, formless demons, incomprehensible. It's gonna be great. Mechanicum tech thralls, yeah. Minis, but that's just dark Mechanicum, dude. I like the mini though. It's simple. I could fit something here, and I don't think this giant book would fit here anyway. I guess it would, but she doesn't need a big book. She's not a reader. She's a leader. This thing is a little off. I'm gonna bend that back, but I can't do it right now because the glue needs to dry. But that is That's the Kitbash mini. I'm saving these little things. These little things. We're gonna find a place for these little forest sprites. I didn't say the little arrow guy, but excuse me. So we got that lady assembled. I bought that mini yesterday. I went out to the store with my son, and I picked that. I was glad they had it. Gene Stealer Colts are really cool. Their minis are great. Like, I love the Gene Stealer Colt mini lines. I have like 70 Gene Stealer Colt minis. It's 1,000 points. But yeah, I really like the Gene Stealer Colts. They work really well in 30k also as just a militia army. You could definitely do it and make it work. Yeah. So guys, I think I'm just gonna call it an early night there. You know, it's kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know if this is clickbait or not. I ended up literally swapping one piece on this mini, and I trimmed down some things. But man, I'm tired. I need to get some sleep. I need to chill. I have a busy day tomorrow, depending on if the painting son has soccer practice or not. First army hindsight. Yeah, no. Gene Stealer Colts are not a good first army. They are a very difficult army to paint, very time consuming to paint. Night Lords use demons. Yeah, I think they would. They're normally not like Night Lords aren't like, they're not like the big like gung ho like, yeah, we serve chaos. Like, yeah, you know, chaos is awesome. Like, they just want to kill, maim, and terrorize people. But yeah, I don't think they're beyond using demons, fighting alongside demons, or anything like that. I don't think they outright hate demons like the Iron Warriors do. Iron Warriors are very much like they despise anything demonic, unless they get to like enslave the demons, and then they're like, yeah, we're cool with it. So yeah, no, Night Lords would be fine with demons. The thing about 30k armies, you can't ally demons, and with your army you can only use them as bound demons, and you have to summon them with someone like this kind of psyker, or a specific marine psyker. Still very cool. I plan on doing it because it's going to be fun. Yeah, Legion of the Damned is Imperial Demons. Yep, yeah, they are. I mean, that is what they is. Alright, guys. I think it's time. I appreciate you guys chilling with me tonight. This was great. I'm going to be back on Tuesday. We're going to be doing something fun. We're going to paint this mini very soon. I don't know how soon, but we're going to paint this mini very soon. And it's going to be a fun time. I have no idea what colors I'm going to paint on this mini, but it's going to be cool. Might start off with some more tanks on Tuesday, because I really want to paint my tanks. I've been dying to paint all these tanks. So, but yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. You got the idea fixed? Okay. But yeah, I'll be on normal time Tuesday. You guys have a great Monday, and yeah, I really hope I hope it's just a great day. I hope no one's getting any bad storms, no flooding or anything. We're getting close to getting floods, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, go ahead and jump in the Discord if you're not in there. So Night Trap, if I jump off before you get this message or you post whatever you're posting, then post in the Discord at me, dude. Alright guys, you all take care. Bye everybody.